Shukrayaan or Venus orbiter mission is a proposed Venus orbiter mission is a proposed orbiter mission to Venus by ISRO. It will be first Venus mission by ISRO. It is scheduled to be launched in March 2028 for a 112-day journey to reach Venus. It was approved by Union Cabinet in September 2024. Which rocket will it be using? It will be using GSLV Mark III. GSLV Mark III will leave it around Earth in an elliptical orbit. So it will be following the same mechanism. This is Earth, and it will be left in an elliptical orbit around Earth. Then it will increase its orbit size, it will increase its orbit size, it will increase its orbit size. Eventually, it will start moving away from Earth. And when it reaches Venus gravitational influence, it will start revolving around Venus, reducing its orbit, and so on. Got it? No. So as per plan, it will be launched using GSLV Mark III rocket. The rocket will place spacecraft in an elliptical orbit of 170 km into elliptical orbit है. अगर क्या होता circle होता तो we would not have had two radiuses. Here we have two radiuses indicating that it's a elliptical orbit. Spacecraft in an elliptical orbit. Venus orbital injection will be at 500 km into 60,000. So when it will inject itself around Venus, then ellipse will have this dimension. Aerobraking will be employed for a period of 6 months. Aerobraking is what? Slowing it down. Please understand. देखो, once, let's say, this is Venus, and it is long. Initially, it's coming from Earth, and it launches itself into this large elliptical orbit. अब large से आपको small elliptical orbit में जाना है. You have to slow yourself down. When from small elliptical orbit you had to go to large elliptical orbit, you had to apply extra force. Here you have to slow yourself down. That is being called aerobraking, or space braking. Slow yourself down so that you will come to a smaller orbit. You will come to a smaller orbit. You will come to a smaller orbit, and so on. Are we getting it? Okay. Eventually, it will reach the desired altitude of or elliptical orbit of 200 kilometers into 600 kilometers. Now, why launch specifically in March 2020? Now understand this. How much time does Venus take to revolve around Sun? 220? 225 days. How much time Earth takes? 365 days. Now, please understand this. Let me draw solar system. This is Sun. Mercury, we are not interested in Mercury for now. Venus. Venus is revolving around Sun and is taking how many days? 225 days. Earth is revolving around Sun and is taking 365 days. So, does it mean that when Earth is here, Venus would be here? No. Venus would be moving faster. It will not always be exactly in sync with Earth. So, when we try to launch Venus orbiter mission, we try to ensure that from Earth, when our satellite reaches here, Venus should be here. And that will not happen every time. That happen only once in 19 months. That happen once in only 19 months. And that is why specifically we have to go to, either we can launch it in this thing 2024 December, or 19 months after that, or 19 months after that. एक प्लान था 2023 में लॉन्च करने का, वो नहीं हो पाया. Then 2024 December, it's not going to happen. After this, 19 months will be in 2026. They're not even planning for that. What are they planning for? March 2028. Did you understand why specifically March? नहीं, docking नहीं बेटा. समझो ना, देखो. You will try to, when Shukrayaan is here, when Mars is here, and you launch Shukrayaan, then your Shukrayaan has to start from here and reach on the other side. You would not want to do that, no? You will try to launch Shukrayaan when it is closest to Earth. And that's not going to happen every day. When does that happen? That happens once in 19 months, and that is why that specific day. Do we get this? Now it will carry 19 payloads. या जैसे अपन ने उसमें देखे ना इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स वगैरह that it will carry. So it will carry 19 different payloads. 16 will be completely Indian payload. 2 will be collaboration between India and international players, and 1 will be a foreign payload altogether. What are the scientific objectives? Scientific objective पहले तो यार technology demonstrate करो कि we can reach Venus. And when you reach Venus, you'll be orbiting it. While orbiting it, study a lot of things. Study how sun is interacting with it, study what is in their atmosphere, study the surface by taking pictures and all. Studying the surface would be difficult because if you will be on the surface of Venus, you are closer to sun. Sun should look big to you. Sun should be giving you a lot of light, but that doesn't happen in Venus. Venus में ना आपको sun बहुत धुंधला सा छोटा सा दिखेगा because Venus atmosphere is full of sulfur dioxide. ग्रीन हाउस इफेक्ट ज्यादा है ना वहां पे, तो इट विल अपीयर एज इफ बादलों के बीच में छोटा सा सन है, but it traps a lot of heat and creating that problem. So it will study all those things. You'll see it will study Venusian atmosphere, mapping its surface topography on high resolution, studying solar X-ray spectrum near Venus. So sun से the spectrum that is reaching Venus, उसमें what is the distribution of X-rays, etc. Analyzing Venusian air glow, Venus के atmosphere में the air glow that takes place, how is it happening, understanding that, investigating subsurface characteristic. It will also serve as technology demonstration for ISRO, testing aerobraking and thermal management techniques in the harsh Venusian environment. In the past also Venus mission have gone. You will see early mission of 1960s and 1970s were by USA and USSR. This helped us understand about the high surface temperature and dense atmosphere of Venus. बाद में 1970s and 80s pioneer mission, Vega mission, expanded understanding of Venus atmosphere, its composition, circulation, etc. Recently some missions have gone. जैसे एक European Space Agency का Venus Express था, which was there between 2006 and 14. Japan का Akatsuki है, which have focused on studying planet's atmospheric dynamic. Several aircraft are also performing flybys. They are not going exactly on Venus, but they're flying close to Venus. जैसे एक है Parker Solar Probe. Parker Solar Probe was NASA's initiative to study sun, but it was passing by Venus on multiple occasions. So it is also giving us some information. So initiatives like Chandrayaan-4, Venus Orbiter mission, are a stepping stone towards future mission in India. And if we are successful in this, we will be moving a step ahead towards a future where ISRO is amongst the biggest space institutions in the world. So यहाँ पे Chandrayaan-4 and Shukrayaan will be the major stepping stone in to achieve Honorable Prime Minister's space vision of 2047. Under the space vision, we envision India being one of the most impactful space powers with our own space station, Bharatiya Antariksha Station, in orbit by 2035, and Indians having landed on moon with indigenous technologies by 2040.